Greetings. This is Hazel Moon bringing you simple Bible lessons to increase your faith and understanding of Jesus Christ the Messiah. Today's broadcast is Who is Jesus? Chapter 22. Jesus explains about tradition. He heals a young girl and opens deaf ears. Our message today is taken from Mark's Gospel, chapter 7. When their boat had crossed over the sea, they came to the land of Gennesaret, and the people immediately recognized Jesus, and they ran about the whole region and began to bring the sick people on their beds to wherever he was. And wherever he came, to the villages, the cities, or the countryside, they laid the sick in the marketplaces and begged Jesus that he might touch them, for even the fringe of their garment, his garment. And as many as touched him were made whole. Now when the Pharisees and some of the scribes who had come from Jerusalem saw that some of his disciples ate with hands that were not properly washed. For the Pharisees and all the Jews do not eat unless they wash their hands in special ways by their tradition. And there are many other traditions that they observe. And the Pharisees and the scribes asked him, why did they eat with defiled hands? And Jesus said unto them, well did Isaiah prophesy of you hypocrites, as it is written, this people honor me with their lips, but their heart is far from me. In vain they do worship me, teaching as doctrine the man-made commandments. You leave the commandments of God in order to carry out your traditions. And he called the people to come close, and he said unto them, listen and understand. There is nothing that is outside a person that by going into him can defile him. But the things that come out of a person, that is what defiles him. Now when it had entered the house and left the people, his disciples asked him to explain what he had just told the people. And he said unto them, are you also without understanding? Don't you see that whatever goes into a person from outside cannot defile him, since it enters his stomach and is expelled, and does not enter into his heart? Thus, Jesus was declaring all foods to be clean. And he said, what comes out of a person's mouth is what defiles him. For within, out of the heart of man, come evil thoughts, sexual immorality, theft, murder, adultery, coveting, wickedness, deceit, envy, slander, pride, and foolishness. All these evil things come from within, and that's what degrades a person. Well, after they'd had a time of rest, Jesus arose and went out to the region of Tyre and Sidon. And he entered a house and tried not to let anyone know where he was, but he could not be hidden. Immediately, a woman whose little daughter had an unclean spirit heard of Jesus, and she came and fell down at his feet. Now the woman was a Gentile, a Syrophoenician by birth, and she begged him to cast the demon out of her daughter. And he said to her, let the children be fed first. It's not right to give the children's bread to the dogs?" "Oh," but she answered him, "Oh, yes, Lord, but even the dogs under the table eat the children's crumbs." And he said to her, "For this statement, you may go your way, and the demon has left your daughter." And so she went home, and she found her child resting quietly, and the demon was gone. Then he returned from the region of Tyre, and he went through Sidon to the Sea of Galilee in the area of Decapolis. And they brought to him a man who was deaf and had a problem with his speech. And they begged Jesus to lay his hand on the man. And taking him aside from the crowd to a private place, Jesus put his fingers in the man's ears, and after spitting, he touched his tongue. And looking up to heaven, he sighed and said to him, "Ephphatha," and that means "be opened." And his ears were opened, and his tongue was released, and he spoke plainly. And Jesus charged them to tell no one. But the more he charged them, the more zealously they proclaimed what Jesus had done. For they were astonished beyond measure, saying, "He has done all things well. He even makes the deaf to hear and the mute to speak." My prayer today for you is that your spiritual eyes and your spiritual ears will be open to listen to Jesus saying, "Come unto me, and I will heal your heart. I will heal your eyes and your ears and cause you to become a new person as you follow me." Until next time, this is Hazel Moon asking that God's blessings will rest upon you as you continue to seek understanding of who is Jesus. Have a blessed day, and God bless you all.